Hello traders. At the end of September in my last sector spin video, I suggested to our clients to start building a watch list of stocks that were bucking the downtrend and holding up well in the face of the broader market weakness. Now, it's been nearly 3 weeks into October. Let's take a look at where the market has come since then. So rising back from the September 30th lows, the S&P has completed nearly a 100% retracement of that move lower. And the tech-heavy NDX has also retraced about 78.6% of that level. Both indexes have recaptured price action back above their 20 and 50-day simple moving averages. Our chief market analyst, Bennett Tyndall, has been spot on with his market analysis, helping our clients navigate through this period of market volatility. Now the stage is setting up for a continuation higher in the markets through the end of the year. Did you identify any new opportunities to add to your portfolio while the market was in a downtrend? Here's a list of stocks that I collected that I identified as demonstrating strength in the face of broader market weakness during the September decline. Now first, let's take a look at the weekly RRG for these stocks, and let me animate this back here to the beginning of September, the end of August, when the broader market just started to roll south. Now looking at these stocks, would you have guessed that they all would be improving and moving higher over the next month? There are a few energy stocks mixed in here, but there are stocks within other industries too. Now, in hindsight, we all know that energy stocks soared during September while the other stocks faltered. Now, watch the vectors rotate as I move week by week with the animation. And as we reach mid-September, you should see many of these stocks have started to form a new northerly hooks, and several also have shown a new blue improving weekly trend condition when the vector changed from red to blue. Now, those that have further strengthened have turned from blue to green and have already established a leading weekly trend. By the week of September 24th, the rotation becomes very apparent, and by mid-October, the majority of these stocks had moved up into the leading quadrant, with the remainder in close proximity to crossing over from the improving to the leading quadrant. And with this final animation to this week, even more have now moved up into the leading quadrant. Now remember, in the leading quadrant, the relative strength ratio of the stock is greater than that of the benchmark S&P, meaning that these stocks are outperforming this benchmark. Okay, let's scroll through some daily price charts for these stocks and let's see how they've fared since the market bottom at the end of September. I'll move this vertical line back, and at the same time you can see where we have this set here. This is October 1st, and here is where they staged in the relative rotation, and this RRG chart is linked here. So you can see, would you have guessed by looking at the price action all the way up till here that Xilinx was going to take a run? Not if you only looked at the price action, and maybe if you used Elliott wave count, you would see an end coming. But over here we got the leading indication coming out of this rapid hook to the northeast here. Actually, this is Xilinx, so I'm kind of cheating a bit. Let's take a look here. Xilinx had already established itself as a leader. Well, let me do one more thing. Let me come over here and let me find a stock that actually turned. Let's go ahead and let's pick whichever. It doesn't matter. These are, I hate to pick an energy stock. but I'm going to do it. Let's pick Ford. And here we are. Okay, so here is October 1st. So here's the price action in Ford. We had been coming down into a correction move, but we really didn't have a confirmation just yet. Okay, even Elliott wave would have told us 1, 2, 3 waves, and we're not really there yet. Okay, so we usually like to see 5 waves up and 3 waves back. I'll tell you that price action here in Ford has been so good that it's even off of my projection. We're still actually running here. Let me get rid of this, and let's go ahead and move this out of the way. So Ford has already appreciated. Let's put, I got a little tool here called the price measure tool. Let's take this tool from October 1st to now. So during this period here in the past 3 weeks, we've seen Ford appreciate in value nearly 17%. Okay, let's take a look at United Rentals. So United Rentals, maybe not so spectacular, but here is October 1st. We had a continuation of a correction and move, and we've moved back up to the all-time high. This was a new all-time high that was set here September 27th. We have retraced 100% move back to that level. Everybody loves Tesla, right? So Tesla actually hit an intraday high right at 900 today before seeing a little bit of rejection. This is price action here is for Thursday. Yep, there's a candle. There's that up move. So we reached up, touched 900 and came right back down a little bit. But Tesla has appreciated since October 1st. Let's pull that little tool out, handy tool again. There's that price measure tool, and let's go from here to there. We've already seen a 15% rise in Tesla. Raytheon, it's a non-energy stock. Here's where it was on October 1st. And you can see this is not the bottom, right? So the bottom occurred back here September 20th. And then from here we started to see, let's go back and find this one. This is Raytheon. Where is Raytheon? Here is RTX in the weekly rotation. So as we started to see that northerly hook form, right here we get that confirmation move to the north. Now we haven't turned blue just yet. So really I think we get that on the next cycle higher. There we go. See, Raytheon is turned to that blue improving trend vector, and that formation right there would have been our entry signal. And that would have happened right there on October 1st. Let's take another price measure tool and we'll go from here to there, and we've seen about a 6.5% rise in Raytheon since then. Now, the beginning of the impulsive move, we know that following an impulsive move we're going to expect to see a 3-wave correction. But if this is the beginning of 5 waves higher and this is wave 1, we just need to see a minor correction, a moderate correction back here, wave 2, and take off again. And indeed, this is what Bennett has been leading our clientele to do. So ON Semiconductor, I'll skip over these energy stocks because we all know these energy stocks have soared dramatically. Price of crude up to $82 a barrel, but you can look at energy as kind of in a little bit of a consolidation after this big run up. But I don't believe that this is their top either. So I do believe that they've got a little pullback and they are going to continue to proceed higher as well. Let's take a look. Here's Northrop Grumman. Matter of fact, it's pushed even higher since I drew that the first time, and that's measuring it from the September 20th bottom. But if we actually, here's Northrop Grumman right there, this one here, NOC, and you can see right about that same time frame, that's when the vector turned from red and we actually get this northeasterly hook formation. And that right there, my friend, is a confirmation signal so many times on this weekly RRG that I find the stocks that do this go on to soar into the leading quadrant over the next several weeks, and indeed we've already seen a substantial rise since then. Let's measure that from, let's go back here to October 1st. There's that October 1st candle, and we will just see, we'll put that right there. Now let's just measure this. We've already had at least a 10% gain in Northrop Grumman since October 1st, and indeed that's actually setting new all-time highs every day since October 7th. So for the past 2 weeks, Northrop Grumman has just been running. And remember, I didn't just come up with these stocks today. These are the stocks that I came up with using the Optima tool back in late September as I prepared my last sector spin video for you. Now, as you can see, having a powerful tool such as Optima to help us identify future improving and leading sectors and stocks within those sectors gives us a key advantage to be more selective in the stocks which we choose to trade and or add to our portfolio. Let me hear from you in the comment section below if you've leveraged my past recommendations to boost your portfolio gains. Best wishes in your trading ventures, and be sure to check us out at tradinganalysis.com.